Good evening, Script 2020. We have had some crazy technical difficulties. And you would think, Scott, that this would come easy for us because as young as I am, as young as Lilo is, that we'd be able to get this. Can everybody hear us? You can hear us, Mr. Scott?
Yes, we can hear you.
You're a little echoey, but we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Everybody can hear us. Okay, I am Coach Nita Watson. Today I brought with me one of my goons. This is Coach Lilo. Everybody say hey to Coach Lilo. How y'all doing today? The self-care that we created here downtown in South Pomona. It's a really dope project. So we teach boxing to target anxiety, depression, suicide, even past trauma. So this year, the focal point for Scripts will be how does exercise help to target past traumas or even breaking down what is trauma. So before we get started, we wanted to break down some various types of trauma. It could be emotional trauma. It could be sexual trauma. It could just be from this COVID-19 trauma, everything that we've had to deal with, even during the whole transition, going from face-to-face interactions to digital interactions, that could be traumatizing. The depression rate has increased immensely over the last few weeks with people losing their jobs, people having to transition to working at home, parents having to transition to going from everyday parenting to now being stay-at-home teachers. So we wanted to incorporate how can we better support everybody? How can we actually pay homage to the body? But more importantly, how can we become very unapologetic about our time? So we created this project called the Self-Care Lab Boxing Club. So today we're going to show you guys, hey, y'all been sitting down all day with these crazy back screens and green screens. So we're just going to stretch. As you see, Coach Lilo just got off work, so he's already beating us to it. So those of you who can see us, we're just going to, give me some room, boy. We're going to start with the basics. We're just going to come on this side so Dr. Warner can see all of that. So what we want to do is show you guys how we stretch out here, right? What do we do first? Letter Y? Show them how we do letter Y. Straight all the way up. So what this does is open up all your chest cavities, opens up everything. This is actually a Nike-infused type of stretch. And then you take your body and you open it to a letter T. So what that does is stretches out everything from the top to the bottom. And then you're going to go ahead and straight to a letter W. One more time, straight up letter Y. Breathe all the way up. I feel like we're doing like a at-home workout video. Letter T. Hey, Dr. Warner, I can see you, girl. Knowing you're supposed to be here with us. Close
I'm right here.
W. One more time, straight up letter Y. Breathe. Let that blood and oxygen flow. We make time for so many other people, but when it comes to us, we make excuses. So this time we're going to be unapologetic for the next few minutes of how we can just make time for ourselves. Close it back and breathe. Coach Lilo and I are going to show you guys what we've been doing for 4 years. We have trained upwards to maybe, honestly, guys, maybe about 7,000 people in 4 years. And we've pointed out how does exercise and fitness help reduce symptoms of depression. For one, once your body is moving, you're too tired to think about anything. When you get this thing called a runner's high, that is incorporated from what we call endorphins. Endorphins are kind of like gasoline for your body. These are some of the everyday things that we utilize to target depressive symptoms. So normally when we do this, we're very, very technical about what hand do you write with and all this. So everybody today will become an orthodox fighter. Say it with me, orthodox fighter. Traditionally, we show you the orthodox from the southpaw, but we don't have that much time. We just want to get you guys moving and getting that body moving and being ready for what's about to come next. Because there's no need in sitting at home and allowing that trauma to incorporate more unnecessary drama and just depression. So we're going to teach you guys how to get moving at home. Coach Lilo, what foot do we normally start off with everybody else who's traditional?
We're going to put your front foot or that foot right in front of you.
Okay. And Dr. Warner should know this because we've trained her for 5 years. She should know this like the back of her.
Oh, I know it. I'm just exhausted. But you show me, Lilo.
All right. Oh, Jesus Christ, and you will. All right. First punch you're going to teach us, Coach Lilo.
First punch we're going to throw is going to jab. Left hand, jab. I call it a 1. Jab, jab,
Keep going.
jab,
Keep going.
jab.
All right.
And one more.
Got it.
Okay? Number 2, mama.
Okay.
Number 2 is just straight right. You cross. Okay? You don't take your jab in front of you and just turn right into that cross. That's 2. Okay? Nice and slow. 2. Nice and slow. 2. When you put them together, they look like this. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Is everybody seeing what he's doing?
Nice and slow.
What we're trying to do is show you guys what it takes to box, just the simple things, but what it actually takes to actually make more time for your body, how to do things at home. Right now, the gyms are closed. Right now, we are officially closed for the inside, so we're training outside. So how can we keep the body going? How can we not have so much time to think about what's happening or what's not happening and try things that we've seen online or seen at these gyms that are now closed? How can we do this at home? So Coach Lionel just showed us the position that we start off in for boxing, making sure that your hands protect your face, but making sure that you're also protecting your body at the same time. So he showed us the number 1, which is AKA our jab. You also notice how he was protecting his face. I also like to incorporate this back to mental health. If I feel safe, then the people around me feel safe. So if I protect myself, I'm able to protect those around me. So this is why we teach boxing. How does boxing actually help with mental health? It's a confidence booster. It's a confidence booster. It's a way for your self-esteem to go up. But more importantly, it's just a faster way just to get the heart rate going. Coach Lilo, show us the next 2 punches. What numbers would those be
So
consistent
we
of?
left off at number 2, right? Here. Now we're going to go to 3. It's called a hook. It's a left hook. What you're going to do, nice and slow, just turn it back in and straight across the chest. Boom. Rewind it. Turn. Boom. One more time. And boom.
And I want you guys to notice how his hips are moving. A lot of people come to boxing clubs and they get a little discouraged because their body is not designed or structured like everyone else. This guy here is the smallest guy here that we have here in the gym. So we try to utilize and point out that body structure and body types really doesn't make or break being able to be a boxer. It's about the movement. It's about the ability to adapt to something new. So this is why we're going to teach it very, very slowly. Coach Lionel, start from the beginning for me. Show me that first punch you did.
So the first 3 punches that we gave you were your jab. Boom. Your 2, your cross. Boom. And your hook. Boom. You put them together nice and slow. Boom, boom, boom. One more time. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
And I want you guys to notice how you felt prior to this workshop starting. And I want you guys to realize how you're going to feel when you get done. Now, I'm not sure if everybody is moving because I can't see everyone. But this right here, we've been sitting down listening to some awesome presenters all day. So now we want to be able to keep the body going because at the end of the day, you guys still probably have to make dinner. People still have to prepare for work, for school tomorrow. So we want to be able to tire the body out. Also, too, a lot of you guys are going to be stay-at-home parents for education. These are some of the movements that you can do with your kids to tire them out and to also engage into a family activity as well. So Coach Lilo, show us 1 through 4.
We got 1, boom, 2, boom, 3, boom, and 4, boom.
What are those punches called, Coach Lilo?
Hook, hook.
From the beginning again.
Jab. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Perfect, perfect. Did anybody see that? Did you see how he was protecting his face? Did you see how he was moving his hips? Primarily when we do teach this at the Scripps workshop, we got everybody's hands wrapped. We're going around having people punch the mitts, but this year is going to be a little bit different transition. So what we really want to do is to point out to you guys that you really don't need equipment. You don't really need a gym. You don't really need someone to walk you through. It's just about a willing heart. So what we want to do is show you guys how the punches work, but more importantly, how to protect yourself doing these punches. Coach Lila, walk us through the next 2 punches that we have.
The last 2 are the uppercuts. Your 5, boom, and your 6. Boom. You put them together nice and smooth. Up, up.
And what are these 2 punches called?
They're the uppercuts.
And where do these punches land?
You can either go up to the face, the chin, or towards the body, depending who's training you and what punch they want. So same again, up, 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 and one more, up, up.
I don't know if you guys can notice and tell, but it's hot as crap in here. We are sweating. Even the camera guy is over here sweating. He hasn't even done anything but hold the camera. So this is about movement. This is about heart rate. This is about making time for yourself. This is about actually trying something new. So now that you guys got the basics, if you're okay with it, you can go ahead and stand up with us. Like I said, I can't see you, so I don't know if you're cheating or not. But if I were you, I would stand up because literally that's what this is all about. So if you can make some space in your SpongeBob or script backgrounds, whatever background that you have, we're just going to start from the beginning. And what we're going to do is I like to call this movement in boxing, boxer's bounce, okay? This is going to get our heart rate going. We're going to do this one for about 30 seconds. Can you last that long? You sure? All right, ready? Actually, let's go 15. I'm tired. All right, ready? 15 seconds. Everybody's hands are up. The way that we do it, you bounce forward, bounce back. Ready? Count to 15. Lila, go. In English.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There we go.
9, 10, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Do you guys see already within 15 seconds how his heart rate was going, how he was breathing hard? If y'all can see this t-shirt jumping off this man's chest, just the movement. So what we did was just to have a little bit of fun to show you guys how easy it could be to make time for yourself, okay? So as we're going into those punches, the boxer's bounce is what this is called. We're going to go right into the punches. Coach Lyle has the floor. Box bounce. Shake it. Let Dr. Warren know what you're working with. Hey, don't show him too much. I don't want to hire us from next year. From the beginning. Oh, jab. Jab. Jab cross. Jab cross. Jab cross. Jab cross. Hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! And we see, this is what we call in boxing, shadow boxing. This is how the punches are created. So far, does anybody have any questions? I highly doubt it. Like I said, we're still trying to figure out the Zoom and everything. So today what we showed you was, what is boxing? What is the history of boxing? But more importantly, what is trauma? How does trauma, and you breathing hard, how does trauma and exercise go hand in hand? How does exercise help reduce symptoms of trauma or depression? It takes the endorphins, it takes the research to know the different diagnoses from persistent depressive diagnosis to MDD to bipolar to anything that has to do with a traumatic experience. This is where exercise comes in handy. But more importantly, as service providers, as clinicians, it's almost imperative for us, the same way we go and seek our mental health service for ourselves, it will be important for us to also go and seek treatment for ourselves physically, to making sure that we're also advocating for our own self-care the same way that we're promoting for our clients. There are often times when we are training our athletes every day, but there are still moments where we have to take time to train ourselves and really be unapologetic about our time. So what we talked about so far is, what is trauma? Where does trauma come from? Today we heard some I would say some crazy stories, but that would sound so abnormal, but these were real life stories. And I don't know about you guys, some of the ones I had to take a break and kind of decompress to really regather my thoughts because it was heavy for me. So imagine taking that on every single day in our offices, taking that on every single day in our practices, but never making the time to make sure that we are well. So this is why we call this project the Self-Care Project. What's up, Doc? Talk to me.
No, I am living proof of how well you know what you're doing and how well it changes you.
Yes,
you know, because I looked at pictures of myself about 3 years ago when I first started coming to the gym to now,
yes.
and it's changed. Even in COVID, right? And what's interesting is, you know, I've been getting all these things for sponsorship, and Nita's the first person I kind of told this to, but you know, I would never have thought this. I'm 46 years old, and these people contacted me to be one of their bikini models. And I'm like, first of all, my husband will kill me. And I told Nita, and she's like, oh no. But the point is that I've gotten enough shape that somebody thought that I could be a professional curvaceous bikini model, right? And I'm just going, it's absurd, but yet I'm kind of excited because I never thought that would happen to me.
And
You know, and what that did for me.
that's what we want to change, the way that we look at ourselves, our self-image, the body self-image. One of every week we put a diagnosis on our board. As the youth or the fighters are hitting the bags, there's always a diagnosis of the day on the board. So as they're learning the fitness routines, they're also learning, how does this movement pertain to this diagnosis? So what movement or what exercise will help me, Coach Nita, target bipolar 2? But more importantly, Coach, what is bipolar? What is PTSD? We always hear about it, but no one has actually broken it down. So this project not only targets the fitness aspect, but it actually breaks the barriers, but culturally, that Black and brown or lower socioeconomical families don't really have access or resources to mental health. But this is what we want to change. So this is, like I said, a mental health movement, a clinical movement, but we're also U.S.A. certified. So Doc, a lot of people don't know what that means. You know what, I can tell you what that means? That means that we are certified to rock your if we need to. That means that our athletes are competitive. We compete all across Southern California. Coach Lilo has even competed in his golden young age. He has competed. So U.S.A. Boxing is the jurisdiction as to where we compete with our fighters. So we've been able to train professional boxers to amateur boxers, just to everyday fitness enthusiasts as well. So what we want to do now that we showed you the boxing, some people will be a little skeptical to the boxing. Sometimes boxing can create flashbacks from PTSD. So we don't want to make everything just so puppies and flowers and newborn babies. Sometimes the sound effects. So you have to be able to know the population that what you work with to make sure that no one is easily triggered by sound, that no one is easily triggered by past experience of being exposed to domestic violence. So one of the things that if boxing is not your thing, or you're like, you know what, Miss Nita, there's no way I'm going to be hitting the bag. I want to show you guys with this guy's help, basic everyday exercises. Anybody ever heard of a basic jump jack? Yes, we have. We do them all the time. Make some space. You know I'm thick. Make some space. So what we want to show you guys is how we literally can do basic workouts, and you can even do these things with your children at home. Right now, there will be no physical education, which I know a lot of our kids are like, yes, I don't have to dress out for PE, but these are some of the things that you can incorporate when you're at home. Coach Lilo, show the world while everybody is watching how to do 5 jump jacks, and Dr. Warner is watching, so you know. Show her. Just 5. Don't show her 6. She gonna be
I am watching.
1, 2, open, 3, 4, and 5. And you guys notice, even though he cheated, how you're supposed to expand the chest cavity, open up all the way, and then close. One more time, open all the way, and then close. What we're doing is activating that heart rate, getting that blood and oxygen flowing. Sometimes I like to do them in increments of about 30 to 45 seconds with my minors, or sometimes with my athletes, I like to do them in increments. The other one that we like to do here sometimes, it's very simplistic, is it easy? Should we do it? No? The plank, nah. No. So what we wanted, we showed you guys the everyday boxing routines. We showed you guys the jump jacks that we like to do as far as simplistic. Now we want to do what's called just the high knees. So the high knees you could do, even if you want to do a modified, you could do just 1 knee at a time. And what this does is just kind of stretch out your core. I like to work on my glutes because Dr. Warner, I'm with everything for the summer. You know, I live for little shorts during the summer. So I like to activate my legs. And we're going to bring one leg up. So those of you who cannot do them back to back, an alternative, you can do them 1 at a time. This is what we call modifications. And there are certain times to where we feel, you look so crazy. There are certain times where we feel Like, we have to keep up with everyone. Know your lane, know where your grace is, and know what works best for you. So again, that's the jump jacks. Remember, always open up all the way and then close all the way. The high knee, if you can't do them swiftly, like Dr. Warner, you can go one knee at a time, one knee at a time. Set your timer for about 30 seconds. All of these things are just movement. All of these things are just to tell your body, thank you for keeping me all day. Thank you for allowing me to sit in the Zoom meeting for 8 hours. Thank you. So this is how we pay homage to our bodies, but more importantly, how we make time for ourselves. Again, my name is Coach Nita Watson. I am the director and one of the trainers here at the dopest boxing club, this side west of the Mississippi, the Self-Care Lab Boxing Club, a full-service boxing club designed to target anxiety, depression, suicide, and even to fix and repair relationships. I think that's what boxing has done for a lot of people, especially during this cultural movement, especially during this COVID-19. The boxing club has really brought generations together, brought cultures together, brought healing together, but more importantly has brought a place of safety for our people in our community. So again, I am Coach Nita Watson. This is Coach Lila, who is sweating like a dog because it's about 105 degrees here in this back room. But outside of that, if there's any questions, Dr. Warner, let me know.
No, this was amazing and amazing as usual. And I miss coming to the gym and I miss seeing my Lilo and everybody there.
That's why I gave you a full-on circle so you can see all of that.
But I have been in contact with you and we have done our, Quarantine 101. Yes. And we have been doing stuff together. You can see some of those old tapes, but she is on Instagram. She is on Facebook. Contact her. She will talk to you through Zoom. It was the most amazing experience and it changed my life. Yes, you changed my life. Your team changed my life.
Y'all heard that? We changed Dr. Warner's life. It's like that.
So thank you. And then we'll be back tomorrow also.
Yes, we will. Tomorrow at 5:30, correct?
I believe so. It's not in front of me.
Our technical things all together. We have a whole event show for you tomorrow. We will be technically
5:30.
5:30 tomorrow. Yes. So some of you guys try to practice those moves to be ready for tomorrow. Again, Dr. Warner, thank you. I don't know if there's any questions. I'm not that technical to be able to look that far in advance. But if there are, shoot them our direction. If there's nothing else, thank you, Dr. Warner. I appreciate it.
Yep, and I think you have a Q&A going on, and after this is or is it the happy hour? Let me check.
Oh, I'm with all of that.
Happy hour.
Happy hour.
It is the
happy hour is next.
All right.
And what could be a happier hour than have Nita and her group as part of it? So no sense in moving to another room. Just hang out and do happy hour with us. Grab your happy beverages.
Hi, Coach Nita.
Hey.
Hi, Coach Lalo. Hi, Coach A.
Hi, Dan.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just sit tight. We'll start the happy hour in about 3 minutes, and then we will wrap up for today. Oh, my God, am I exhausted.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Deborah, I'm making you host so you can be in control of happy hour.
All right. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
Well, then I'm not making you host yet. I don't want us to sit here and be hostless without her. Well, look at all you people that have hung out all day. Good job. Made it through, hanging out for happy hour. Now you can turn your video on and show us what you're drinking for happy hour or what you're doing, how you're celebrating. And then also feel free to undo your microphone and
say hi, Coach Paul.
Hi, Coach Paul.
feel free to unmute your microphone if you'd like to chat. This is the Hangout in chat time. If you have a bunch of background noise, then mute it when you're not talking. But other than that, come talk. So Nita, if people want to get involved remotely, how do they do it? Because now we don't have to drive to Pomona, right?
What'd you say, Scott?
Come talk to me. I said, now that we don't have to drive to Pomona, how do people hook up with you remotely? How do they do your class remotely?
On social media, we are trying to get comfortable to go Zoom because we realize that this is where the world is right now, is to transition to Zoom. But in the meantime, they can follow us on our social media platforms, from Instagram to Facebook, on our live. So we go live throughout the day. We are taking memberships, but it is for outside training because we do have an outside area. But it's just a little hot, but we've set it up a little red carpet with tents and everything, so they can find us on any social media platform, and we go live daily.
Very good. Well, I appreciate you squeezing into a 30-minute format this year too, because usually you take an hour to get everybody worked up and you do one-on-one counseling and boxing and everything. So it's great. Glad you get to come back tomorrow and do more of it. But
Oh, thank you, Mr.
it's
Scott.
really worth it.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you.